Hey everybody, Rich Mr. Thrive and Survive. It is June 4th, 2017. This is going to be a short video. I'm going to start, I think, hopefully put together some playlists. One is going to be evidence of cover-ups, this is going to be the first in that series. We have here from a channel, again, another good channel that many people do not look or do not know about very much. This is called Flat Earth Banjo USA, Japan, and Brazil. I think the guy actually transmits from Japan. And look, over there, Japan, the water's flat. It's kind of amazing. But all the way over there on the other side, it's flat as well. So this is an amazing discovery, I think. It is a woman who says don't beat her up too bad because this is the first time she's ever made a video, but she provides some fantastic information here from the Encyclopedia Americana, Volume 2, 1958. And boy, I wish I had the encyclopedias that my grandparents had right now. They had this, I can't remember the name of it, but it was a big, thick red set of I don't know, many volumes. And I remember as a kid I was buried in them. Whenever the other kids were out playing, I was had my nose buried in that. So wait till you hear what this woman is going to say, and I'll come on at the end of it. I will have a card in the upper right hand corner so that you can go to see this video directly. Again, I'll be back at the end of the video.
Okay people, my name is Dana. This is my very first YouTube video ever. I've got something here that I don't quite understand, and I'm hoping maybe someone out there can explain it to me. I've been doing a lot of research on the flat earth and the firmament, things like that. This is a set of encyclopedias I have. They're Encyclopedia Americana. This is volume 2. It's the A's. What we're going to do is look at what it says about Antarctica. Just remember, this is a 1958 edition. Okay, this was before the Antarctic Treaty was signed. This was before the supposed Apollo missions. I want to show you something that it says in here about Antarctica. It basically talks about all the exploration. It says here, Antarctic regions, all the exploration. It has a few photos, not too many. This is the map created back then. I've read all of this. This is the part here that I have the question about. I am trying my best to get some light on here really good. Like I said, this is my first video. Don't criticize me too much. I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's see. Okay, I hope you can see this. They did flights, and it says, these flights prove the inland areas to be featureless in character, with a dome 13,000 feet high. At about latitude 80 degrees south, longitude 90 degrees east. Okay, I have no idea what that means. There seems to be only one definition for the word dome. Anyway, if anybody has any idea what this means, can explain this to me, I would appreciate it.
Okay guys, as you can see there, the video abruptly changes and shows something else. Like I said, I'll have the link to the entire video. You saw most of it right there. I want to just make one quick comment here. Many of you may have seen the comments. I left 2 others. You know, I was in the Navy, and I actually requested Antarctica duty. It was one of the 2 rates that you could go to Antarctica. The Seabees, the construction battalion, that was one. And people in the United States Navy who were in the weather office, they could also go to Antarctica if you worked in the geophysics office like I did. However, ever since Flat Earth has come along, I've met on YouTube probably, 30% of the commenters, as I said, have been to Antarctica. Not only have they been to Antarctica, but they've been there during the 24-hour sun and have seen it themselves. Of course, they didn't record it, and still to this day there are no cams that show, these supposed 24-hour hour cameras. Jaron has even written many of them who claim to have 24 hours, and they keep cutting out many hours of the day. And when he asks them, they just come up with BS excuses. The internet's down, blah, 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 blah. So when they ask them to, well, if it's recording 24 hours, you can still transmit the data. And then when they transmit the data, it's still missing those same hours. In any case, many people have gone to this part of Antarctica right here. You see these little island chain. These are the ones that are down off of South America, and the UK and US own most of this island group that is in this area. This is where a lot of tours and things like that go. For those of you who are the 30% who have gone down there, you have to realize that this island chain, you will never see 24 hours of sunlight in that island chain. Why? Because you have not covered or passed rather the Arctic Circle. Until you pass this red dotted line, you will never see a 24-hour sun, even if it did exist there. Same thing with the Arctic. You have to pass that imaginary point, which just happens to be 66.33 degrees. Just happens to be. And of course, if you add 66 more degrees to this, 66.666 to be exact, it adds up to be 100. And no, there's no Masons involved here. To the other 20% of the people, I have 20% of the people that comment are former NASA employees. Isn't that amazing? 30% of the people that comment on my channel have been to Antarctica, and 20% have been either current or former NASA engineers or employees. Isn't that just amazing? So if you're from one of those companies and or one of that group of people, and you've seen the 24-hour sun, why are you on Flat Earth videos? It's just the logic makes no sense, other than you're lying probably. Anyway, my point about the Navy was, as much as I wanted to go there, I still wanted to talk to somebody who had actually done it, to get just to see what it was like and things like that, to make sure that's what I wanted to do. It was a big decision. It's such a big decision, and the conditions are so rough that you're only allowed to go there for 6 months, but it's counted as a year in your rate. In other words, if it takes 2 years to get to the next level, I was a second-class petty officer at that point. I believe to get to a first class, it was a 2-year type of deal, but you could have done it every 6 months you're there. It counts as a year, and it counts as twice time in your billet, in other words, so that you could advance. And then you have, after that 6 months, your choice of duty stations anywhere in the world. I was going to pick Pearl Harbor. So it never came to fruition. So I did not stay in the Navy. That was the only condition I had, was to be able to see Antarctica. I've been to all the other continents, guys. This is the only one I haven't been to. So anyway, I'll end this video here, and ask yourself those questions. And isn't that amazing about the encyclopedia? When somebody goes down here, maybe what they should do is, if they can come down to 80 degrees south, which is going to be in this area here, they claim, and I believe it, that the dome is 13,000 feet high. Wouldn't it be nice to go down here and launch a weather balloon here and see how high it goes? Oh, that'd be so awesome. So awesome. Anyway, I'll end this video here, and when I get others that fit this list, I will put them in there. Like I said, I'm going to start creating a bunch of lists that you can direct yourself or other people to quickly show many different proofs that we have, that we've been lied to, manipulated, and such and such, and on and on. Thank you, guys. Take care. God bless.